Good night, and welcome to another LimeVibe Live podcast. I'm your host, Yori Kemp, there from Nassau, Bahamas, again with another LimeVibe Live podcast. Thank you for joining me again this evening, this Friday evening. If you have not done so, please like, share, and subscribe to our Facebook and YouTube page. That's LimeVibe77. That's LimeVibe77 on Facebook and YouTube, if you have not done so already. And also, there is a donate link inside the description. So please just click that link. It takes you to a payment portal, and you can donate anything that you would like to the LimeVibe Live podcast. You could donate $5 up to $50,000, all up to you. Anything to keep the doors open here at LimeVibe. So please, I thank you for joining me again on the LimeVibe Live podcast. So we have a few things to talk about tonight. The first thing, I don't know if you guys have heard this, but I just heard about it today, even though it happened from Monday apparently. There was a gold mine that collapsed in Suriname. And it killed about 14 people as of Tuesday. Killed about 14 people. About 7 others are missing. They haven't found the 7 others. And they are assumed dead. But rescue crews are still looking for them. Kind of somber news we start off with tonight. So they're hoping that they find them in all the rubble in that collapsed mine in Suriname. But from what I've been told, from what I understand, it's one of those illegal mines. So it's not a sanctioned mine that's been sanctioned by the state. So it's one of those illegal mine shafts. And so, just goes to show you that, just gotta be safe, man. You gotta practice safety first. You can't go down the legal mine. So be mindful, kids. Be mindful. Don't go into the legal mine. So they say rescue crews are still combing through mounds of dirt on top of where the mine had collapsed. Like I said, 14 people are dead already. God rest their souls. God be with them. And their families, I hope their families have, their families have my condolences already. I hope their families find some peace in this time of sorrow and difficulty. But, it's one of those things, mining is a very dangerous business. Mining is a very dangerous job. That's something I'm glad I don't have to do. I'm not faced with having an option to go into mining. Because we've heard about stories of mines collapsing all the time around the world. This is the first time I've heard of something happening in the Caribbean on this side of the world, but they happen all over the world, man. I think the last mine that collapsed was, I don't even know, really. I think it was in Sri Lanka, was it? Mine collapse. China. There was a mine that collapsed in China. At least 5 were found dead back in February. 648 missing in a coal mine that collapsed in China. So these things happen in Asia, really, where they really in Africa, where they mine for gold and they mine for precious minerals all the time. So, like I said, my heart goes on these people. President Santoki has given his condolences, saying he'll do all he can to find the missing 7. And so we just gotta hope and pray that they find some of them alive. But like I said, they're assumed dead. Not to sound so cold, they assumed dead. So we just have to hope and pray that they could find some of them alive. Let's hope and pray. Another story tonight is that the U.S. State Department in a recent report said that, well, this I'm paraphrasing, they only found about 5% of the 211,000 or so guns that were exported from the United States to the Caribbean. They have been investigated. Only 5% of those have been investigated for wider investigations that they were suspected illegal guns. Only 5% of the 211,000. The report said, out of the 211,061 guns that were export bound to the Caribbean, only 1,924 with some level of risk that were attached to them. And in those investigations, only 48 pistols, 10 rifles, and 10 magazines, 4 revolvers, and 3,371 rounds of ammunition have been seized out of that 211,000 that came through. So these are the ones that could have been, exported to regular gun companies and gun dealers in the Caribbean. And they only found about 48 of them. That's about 5%. and about 3,371 rounds and 10 magazines. Out of all the ammunition that's been exported, they only found about 5% of them to be illegal. And you know it got to be more than that, right? 48 pistols. You're going to tell me only 48 pistols you found coming into the Caribbean? All these guns that are on the streets here. You really want me to believe that? You really want me to believe that? Say in the fiscal year 2023, the Homeland Security investigation found that Caribbean Firearms Initiative contributed to regional security through the partnerships with the Caribbean law enforcement and customs agencies, collectively seized 344 firearms, 224,000 rounds of ammunition, totaling about $391,000 in U.S. currency. So this joint partnership that the Homeland Security had with all the other CARICOM agencies like Impacts, they found about 344 firearms, worth about $391,000. That's still not a lot. So 48 plus 344, that's what 392 guns they found out of 211,000 that came through as exported properly. You mean to tell me just close to 400 were illegal? Come on, man. You have to do better than that. All the technology that the United States has, and they've been watching everybody. You mean to tell me you can find 400 guns out of 211 that were exported legally? I don't believe that at all. You know, they just don't want to do anything about it because they believe in the gun country. They believe that everyone has a right to bear arms. That's their philosophy. But not everyone believes that in the United States of America. Not everybody believes that. Because we see here in the Bahamas and around the Caribbean, it only creates death and destruction and chaos and murder and lives lost and homes shattered and peoples that have lost their lives on the streets because of guns. I mean, guns are an American thing. They're not a Caribbean thing. So you mean to tell me that you only found 400 guns, illegal guns, out of the 211,000 you exported here to the Caribbean? I don't believe that at all. I believe you could do a lot better than that. There are a lot of guns here in the streets and about. You can find 400 guns right now in my neighborhood right now. You probably could find about 400 illegal firearms right now in my neighborhood. In my, 7-mile radius, 8-mile radius, little block. You can find about 400 guns there. Stop it. Please stop it. Please stop it. I just wish they get serious on this gun thing. And when I say get serious, we also need to take into consideration this drug culture we have here, man. We just can't escape it anymore. The illegal narcotics. We can't escape it anymore. Please. Please do something about it. Another story. The International Energy Agency said in its first ever energy assessment of the Latin American and Caribbean region that the region is poised to thrive, quote unquote, as the world moves closer towards cleaner energy. Say right now, hydropower accounts for about 45% of electricity supply in the region. And conversely, fossil fuels account for nearly 2/3 of the region's overall energy mix, well below the world's average of 80%. So while other countries, developed countries like the United States, Canada, and in Europe, they spend about 80% of their overall energy mixes in fossil fuels. Meanwhile, in the Caribbean and Latin America, it's just about 60%. Which is good. Say 45% of that entire energy mix is hydropower. And we're not even talking about wind power, solar energy yet, which could probably make all that renewables up to about 60% of that energy mix, of the overall energy mix. So I think we're doing good. I think we're going to be pioneers in clean energy, and we should be. We don't have to play catch up with them with development. They beat us on development. They beat us on the industrial development. Let's keep our countries clean and pristine. Let's lead the way. Let's be better than them. Another story, international story. The European Union has improved its conclusions on relations with Latin America and the Caribbean, citing the importance to promoting sustainable growth as a priority to concluding these negotiations. So, they approved this 2 days ago, and the European Council said that upon relaunching their bilateral relationship with the LAC at the EU LAC summit held in July in 2023, that there was a need for more open and inclusive dialogue between both parties. regular diplomatic fluff. But here's one of the details that they missed that you probably would have glossed over this, right? They said that they also want to encourage the Latin American Caribbean countries to take more seriously their engagement with Russia, considering the ongoing conflict between that country and the Ukraine. So they want to build up new ties and build up trade and support us for climate change, but they also want us to get back at Russia. They want us to, why do they always want us to solve their problems? First, it was taxes. They want us to tax exchange agreement. They want us to watch their corporations for them and remit their taxes back to them from our country, right? Now they want us to watch Russia for them. Are you really serious, man? Europeans have some balls, They have some balls. They really have some balls. Watch Russia for yourself. That's your problem, man. Watch Russia for yourself. That's what you should be doing. My last story tonight. I don't know if you guys been watching this Puff Daddy Cassie situation. Well, Sean P. Daddy Combs has settled with his ex-partner, Cassie, supposedly some sort of musician and entertainer herself, but she never really took off. She was Diddy's girl for several years now, and she had accused him of rape and abuse. And so right now, Diddy has settled with her for a few $1 million, but not to take him to trial not to take him to trial on these rape and abuse allegations. Puffy doesn't want that on his record right now. Puffy doesn't want anything to do with that. And it's just sad that, but the thing about it is, everyone assumed that Puffy was a homosexual. That's allegedly he's a homosexual, but he's been dating women, and his ex-partner who passed away several years ago, Kim Porter, she passed away, and then Cassie moved right in after Kim Porter. But they said there were allegations of abuse with Kim Porter as well, and everyone felt sorry for Kim Porter being with Puff Daddy because everyone knew she was going through a bad time with Puff Daddy. And I don't know if you know of Kim Porter. Kim Porter was a girl who Puff Daddy took from Al B. Shaw, the singer Al B. Shaw, and she had a child for Al B. Shaw. But this current lady, Cassie, she's accused him of rape and abuse for several years. And just goes to show that if Puff Daddy is a homosexual, allegedly, then the abuse of women would be part and parcel of that. You would have to hate women. I'm gonna play a video from a guy called Gene Deal. Gene Deal was Puffy's bodyguard for years, and he watched all the comings and goings and the relationship that he had with his ex, who's now deceased, Kim Porter. And he's on the Art of the Dialogue, the show Art of Dialogue. They tried the passionate show after DJ Vlad. It's a real good sit down conversation with a lot of hip hop moguls and a lot of the black culture, the African American culture in the United States. So I'm just gonna play it for you right now, and you'll see what we're talking about. Let's go play screen. Let's play screen. Let's go right here. Everything's on YouTube, man. Yeah, the trafficking kind of caught me off guard too. Sex trafficking, but he's going to explain to you right now. Watch. So Puffy's old sicko, eh? Oh, okay, 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 okay. Yeah. Yeah, these things, this isn't even playing, man. So let's stop the share right now. So if you go to that live screen, someone tell me that no sound was coming through with that. But if you go to the Art of Dialogue and you listen to that interview with Gene Deal, you see exactly what you're saying about Puppy. You know, so he's essentially saying Puppy went through the same thing with his former girlfriend, now deceased Kim Porter. You know, beat her up and took her around and made her have sex with other men. You know, it's just one of those things, man. So Puffy's an old pervert, man. But like we said before, the rumors about Puffy being homosexual has been long known, and they haven't really, no one's really come forward and said they were Puffy's boyfriend, but it's been alleged that he's been having homosexual, which is his business. That's fine. That's fine. That's nothing to do with us. But that just goes to show you how he would treat a woman, because men who don't like women would typically be abusive. And so if you could go to the Art of Dialogue and you can watch the whole entire interview series, man. Gene Deal is a good host there, man. He's a good guest, I should say. So let's have a quick recap of what we talked about. Like I said, my condolences to those miners in Suriname. They were in an illegal mine in Suriname and it collapsed, an illegal gold mine and it collapsed. So my heart goes out to them and their families. Hopefully, President Santoki, he could find the other seven. He could give some sort of solace to those families that lost their loved ones in that mine collapse in Suriname this past Monday. And also, the United States Department, in a recent report, said they only found about 5% of the 211,000 guns that were exported to the Caribbean. Only 5% they could find, or representative 5% was found to be illegal. Or the 211,000 they exported to the Caribbean legally. I don't believe that at all. I don't know. The 211,000, only about 40 something, about how much it was. Let me see. 48 pistols, and another let's say about 400 guns, firearms were illegal out of the 211,000 they exported legally, apparently. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all. Like I said, in my block, my little 8 mile block, you probably could find about 400 guns right now tonight. Tonight, you could probably find 400 guns. Illegal guns, of course. But like I said, we just got to do a better job with stemming the flow of traffic. Americans believe in their gun culture. They believe that should be exported around the world. They believe that everybody has a right to defend themselves. No, that's America. That's America. America has a Second Amendment, not the Bahamas, not Trinidad. We don't believe in firearms. So keep your firearms in your cities like Chicago and Miami and New York. You could kill your people. We don't need your firearms here. Another story too, that the International Energy Agency said that the Caribbean and Latin America could thrive, will be or is poised to thrive on cleaner energy and cleaner fuels. I have to say I've been watching a lot of the activities over the last several months. There's a lot of hydropower going on, especially in Nicaragua. There's a lot of hydro work in Nicaragua and Panama. And so we just need to harness that here in the Caribbean. That's Central America. We need to harness that in the Caribbean. I don't know why we haven't embraced hydropower. We only seem to be stuck on solar power because there's such an abundance of the sun, right? But I think hydropower could be just as lucrative here if we decide to invest in the technology, cleaner energy, even wind power. And the European Union is back again with their box of tricks. I shouldn't say tricks, but their platitudes. They're saying that they signed this agreement with the Latin America and the Caribbean region and saying they want to promote trade and sustainable growth. But in the meantime, tucked in that agreement, they want us to pay more attention to Russia. I don't know why the European Union wants us to watch their people for them. Europe is their concern. Russia is their problem, not our problem. Russia is in Eastern Europe, not in the Caribbean Sea. There's no reason why we have to watch Russia for you. What are you giving us anyway? You say you want to promote trade and stimulate trade for climate change and growth and sustainable growth, but you want us to watch Russia. Come on, man. Give us a break. Europe thinks they're so slick, man. First, it was taxes. They want us to watch their companies to remit and they want us to remit taxes back to them. Now they want us to watch Russia for them. Who do you think we are? Like I said, the last story was Sean Puffy Combs. His girlfriend, Cassie, was ex-girlfriend. She sued him and she got a settlement. Puffy settled like quickly. That's like that. Puffy didn't want her to go to court. But all of his business would have come out and it would be very, very nasty for him. So pay her a few $1 million. Puffy, you're a billionaire, man. Last time I checked, you were worth about $1 billion. You would give that woman about $10, $15 million and get out your hair, man. But you don't want that to kill your entire empire. And that's not excusing you for the nasty stuff you did to Kim Porter either. But I'm just saying, get on with that. So essentially, my friends, that's what we have going on here. But I don't know what you guys did today. I had a great day today. My day always started good. I started off with a nice jog. I went to the gym. I, had a great day. But I always start the day off properly, man. I always start the day off well. I'm going to start posting my exercise videos to my hat's crooked. I'm going to start posting my exercise videos to my platform on YouTube and Facebook. I may turn into a fitness influencer now. Maybe I may do that. But, like I'm saying, there's a lot of things that's going on around the region. We just have to keep our eyes peeled and watch what's happening with these people, that Puff Daddy situation, that's a real seedy situation because he's been notorious with regard to abusing women. Kim Porter, everyone felt so sorry for his now deceased former partner, Kim Porter. Everyone felt so sorry for her. The abuse that she suffered in the Puppy. And he was supposed to be helping her as well with the music career, just like how he's supposed to be helping Cassie with the music career. But I've never heard any music from Cassie. I don't even know who Cassie is or what she was supposed to be doing. Where's her music? Where's her demos? Puffy was just lying down, going straight through his teeth. He's worse than R. Kelly, man. He had her held hostage. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. That's what they're doing, And I guess because Puffy had money, she decided she wanted to stay. That money always gets you, That money, that fame, that glitz, and that glamour, but you have to take a whole heap of abuse. That's another situation as well. Gender-based violence, gender violence is still a serious issue in the Caribbean and Black cultures as well. It's an undercurrent of gender-based violence inside the home. We believe we have a right to beat our women. We have not turned that corner. I don't know why it's still a prevalent situation in the African American cultures, in the Caribbean, and in the United States. But it's something we need to deal with, man. It's something we need to get through, man. That's a real serious issue. Even in the Caribbean, we post some of the highest percentages of rape, forcible rape against women. We post some of the highest percentages in the world. Like, what are we raping these women for? You can go ahead and you can find one anywhere, just dripping along the street. Someone's going to give you some. You have to rape these women. May God be with Puffy, man. It's kind of sickening, that you have to beat a woman like that. But I guess that's how he feels. And if he's, an alleged homosexual, like what they're saying he is, then I can understand that, right? But still, I'm glad Cassie's going to get her settlement. She's going to get a few dollars out of puppy. Yeah, suck him, right? Right now, she been talking to some of her new girlfriend. She said, something, stick it to him. And she wasn't playing at all, was she? She wasn't playing at all. She wanted her money. She wanted to get back at puppy immediately. And she didn't let go. She didn't back down from it at all. That's good. I enjoyed that. We need more women like that to stand up against abuse. Real women now who have real issues, who've gone through real trauma, not these fake Me Too people that's been running around here. We don't need none of that. But we need real women who've gone through abuse and suffered trauma on behalf of some of the men in their lives. We need them to stand up. I'm sick of it. I'm a man, I'm sick of it. Because you're damaging them for people like me who want a decent woman. You're damaging them for me. Now they can't trust another man because of your abuse. But I guess that's life, That's the way life goes, they want the bad boys, and Puffy is a bad boy. His record label says that he's a bad boy. You want the bad boys. You don't want the decent fellas like me. You don't want them. It's true. You don't want them. You don't want them. And I can understand why you don't want them. It's a fantasy thing why some women don't want the nice guys. And nice guys do finish last. I understand that. But pick a decent man at least. He doesn't have to be nice, but be decent. Money doesn't mean that you're decent. Pick a decent man with character and moral fiber, man. Stop picking these trash bags up the side of the street, which you women are prone to do. You are prone to do that. Then you want to get mad at people like me who don't know nothing what you've been doing. I go to church. I worship every Sunday. I pray every day. I take care of my body. I do the right things. I'm in bed at a reasonable time in the night. I don't go around the place, whoring around the place. But you don't want me. It's just one of those things, man. I think I got to get out of here now. And let's see if I could actually get my music up so we can get out of here. But I had a good night, man. I had a good day today, man. I must say, I had a great day today. That's the instrument there. I'm not ready to cue the music up yet. So I just want to say, I want you guys to please go to my Facebook page and YouTube page, LimeVibe77. That's LimeVibe77 on Facebook and YouTube. And please like, share, and subscribe to the video content there. We haven't done an interview in quite some time, so we're going to find somebody to do an interview with soon. Hopefully, we can find somebody this weekend. But please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We really would appreciate it. It really helps us keep the movement going. And also, there's a donate link inside the description. So if you go to the donate link right there, click on that, and it's open. You can give anything that you want to the LimeVibe Live podcast, anything that you would like to. Whether it's $5,000 or whether it's $5 or $50,000, you feel free to give to the LimeVibe podcast. Donate free will. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show for tonight. I thank you for joining us again. Please join us again next week, Friday, for another show. I'm Yori Camp. Good night.